This conference will now be
All rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States and to which it stands, nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. It's October 4th, 2022, 8:30 a.m. for Mitchell County Courthouse Supervisor Board meeting. We have an agenda in front of us. Everyone's had a chance to look at it if there's any corrections or additions. Otherwise, need a motion to approve the agenda in a second.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Steve's made a motion. We have a
Second.
Jim has seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Moving on, item 2, approve the minutes of the September 27th meeting. Again, if there's any additions or corrections or need a motion and a second to approve.
Make a motion.
So Mark's made a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Todd has seconded. Is there any further discussion on this?
Roll call, Todd,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Item 3, county attorney general discussion. Morning, Aaron.
Morning. Couple things. Carpenter issue, I got a plan. I don't really want to say too much.
Okay.
But I'll send you all kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, I just want that Kephart matter. If the county succeeds on that and gets that property, I'm gonna need to know, I don't need to know right now, but I'm gonna need to know, because there's gonna be a filing I'm gonna need to do at some point, what the plan is for that property. I had heard about, that he thought the plan was for the Catholic Church, I think, to take.
That's what the thinking was in the past. I'm sure they're still interested
All right.
in it.
I may contact them.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any, that I didn't want to do that if I thought that maybe there was something else, in the works, so.
I actually do have, I wouldn't mind you or how you guys feel about contacting that neighbor to the west.
Yeah, I don't remember which neighbor that is. I may have, it's lady, right?
Yeah,
I think I talked to her.
and I just thought if they put up with it for so long, she's been pretty patient, and I thought between the church and that neighbor, if we, just to contact to see if they would be interested at all. I don't know, I don't know how you guys.
Would be good.
Well, I certainly can, because I think I know the lady, the neighbor you're talking about, and I think I've talked to her more than once, and I think Mark talked to her more than once, and she's put up with more than I'd want to. So, I don't know, I guess I'll leave it to what you guys want me to do, maybe you want me to contact both, maybe preference,
It's my understanding that the church would someday maybe utilize that as a cemetery.
Or for parking for their cemetery.
But down the road it may be. And I guess, you can visit with the neighbor lady. It's just that I know the church has a plan for it.
well, maybe I'll sit on it just a few days, see if any, and then I'll contact, I'll do whatever you guys want to do. I don't want to get ahead of myself and then you guys have another plan.
Are you proposing just to give it to her, or what was your,
Well, I would just, no, not necessarily, I just, if that she would be interested in any of it. I'm not sure what we planned with the church, but no, I'm all for the church, absolutely. But I know she's contacted both our attorneys over the years, and I just thought it would be, no, not give it to them. I mean, I think should offer it maybe to,
I wonder if she's indicated a want for it, or probably just contacted because she wanted it cleaned up.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
yes,
contact
just-
I've had with
yeah.
her. I think here, since I think I've contacted her. She's contacted our office, if we're talking about the same person, and I assume that we are. I don't want to say your name, but I know she contacted Mark different times, looking through the file, and then this year I've contacted her several times. Then she'll call me back, but it's always been, having her help me document what has or has not changed. But I can get a hold of her. I got her number, so I mean, I was just kind of, whatever you think I should
You
do.
can get a hold of both and just see what
I
both
can.
have to say.
And just see what they have to say.
Yeah.
start-
Just kind
start a
of,
And
conversation.
tell her too that the church is maybe.
I'll do that.
You know.
I won't make any, I'm not authorized to make any offers, I mean, only you guys can do that, but, I'll at least,
See if she shows an interest.
And tell her that the church has an interest, and she'd probably be fine with that. I would say.
Sure, she'd rather look at headstones than refrigerators.
Yeah, exactly.
And she might just be happy that it's cleaned up.
Yeah, I guess that'd be a plus.
yeah, I think there was a time when she indicated she was chased by a wild animal, came out of there. I mean, it doesn't take very long to get tired of that. I mean, I know how frustrating this thing is. The legal ramifications are frustrating also, because there is that presumption. I can do whatever I want with my property, as long as I'm not quote unquote hurting somebody. Well, obviously there's a limit. Anyway, I won't go on about it, but I just wanted to ask you.
I guess we're okay with your contact.
All right, that's all.
And if there's a desire by each one, maybe we can come up with an amicable,
Okay.
in the event that we succeed, then both will be happy.
All right,
Thank you.
that sounds good.
Anybody else have any other questions? Aaron? You have anything else?
I don't. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen.
Item 4, sheriff update.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I did make it in time.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot for you, just, I don't know how close you pay attention to my budget, but last month was kind of expensive with paying out some sick time. Some of the cases that are moving forward require overtime and travel and some of those expenses. So you might see that if you look at timesheets or my budget from last month, but should be better moving forward. Other than that, unless you have something for me, I don't have anything more.
I have a question. I was at a Substance Abuse Coalition Board meeting for Mitchell County, and they wanted me to ask you if you, with your prisoners and stuff, we got this opioid money, and they wanted me to ask you if you have a need for treatment or any expenses related to drug addiction in your jail. or
Yeah,
department.
so that comes up on occasion. If the inmates want NA or AA meetings, we make sure that that happens for them.
Okay, and is there expenses incurred with that?
No,
Oh, there's not, travel or nothing, or there,
hasn't been.
okay.
Usually those folks come to the jail.
Oh, they do, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I was supposed
So-
to ask if you would have any use for, like Christine Riggert, the Prairie Ridge lady that comes for this meeting.
Certainly keep it in mind.
Yeah, keep it
moving
in mind,
forward,
because that's like,
those folks come
they're
to our
looking for
jail.
places to, utilize this money, so
Okay,
you want me to ask you.
sounds good.
Okay, so they come to you, well, they didn't know, you send them out, or,
No, we don't send them out.
okay,
All right.
all right. That's-
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Okay, item 5, department head discussion.
Just Casper started the HVAC system yesterday. They moved in, looking some things over. We talked about where to put their trailers to work out of, and he said a lot of the materials have come in now, so they can actually get started and just keep working on it. Main thing was the boiler. There's 2 boilers. I'm assuming it's the big boiler that came in. And so they're gonna get going. The plan for October is to do a lot of the excavation before it frees up, as far as to get into the geothermal field, tie into that and do digging and they're going.
Perfect, okay, good. When they gonna open the roof, is that?
Well, I would assume it'd be soon, but I don't know for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just.
hopefully not on a rainy day
Yeah.
or a blizzard.
Right, that's what it means, yeah.
So I don't have an answer for
Okay,
that. I don't know.
I just wondered. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else have anything in regards to department head discussion? Hearing none, I guess we'll skip over number 6, because it's at 9 AM.
206 and 7.
Skip over 6 and 7? Yep. Okay, then we'll go on to item 8, county engineer update.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Not a lot. I'm trying to get some plans for the Balsam paving project for next year done. Try to get them done today and get them turned in. So, that's what I'm working on. Otherwise, we're out doing doing some, shoulder maintenance and, blading. I know we did some patching here last week. We're gonna kind of put a hold on some concrete patching for now and get some other stuff caught up. So that's what we're doing right now, trying to close out projects yet, but dealing with the DOT's programs is a little bit challenging, so, but that's what we've got going on.
Did you get a chance to?
I did not get a
look at
chance to
that?
talk to them
Yeah.
yet, and I think that when I looked at that map, I think that tile is right up in private property, so I haven't had a chance to go out
Yeah,
and
he
look at anything.
said it had collapsed and it's bubbling up and then running over the surface to the creek.
When I contact him, I might just tell him to go, there's a drainage district, tile over by, I think it's actually
Cameo and.
south and east of Balsam, where we did the bridge project. There's a 24-inch tile that might be collapsed and needs repair. A lot of times what we'll do in Worth County anyways, we'll just tell the landowner, go get somebody to come fix it. I don't know how much is damaged there, but we might just tell them to go ahead and fix it, and then we'll have to go through the assessment process to pay for that.
Because that's in a drainage district.
It is in a district.
I told him I thought it was.
Yeah,
and
but
the cost would-
when I looked at our maps, I haven't been able to find some really good maps here as far as the detailed maps that we did have them in Worth County. I looked it up there and
Okay.
found that it is in fact in the district. If it's the location that,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it is,
Yep.
there's a 24-inch tile that ties into that main, and I don't know how far back off the creek it is where it's bubbling, you know, for sure, did he tell you?
It's back a ways.
Okay,
He said the easiest thing to do is just dig a ditch from there to the creek,
well,
but is that the right thing to do?
right,
And it's not this guy's land, but he's willing to pay his share of whatever it takes to get it fixed.
well, and it'll be, because it's in a district, it'll be an assessed repair. So,
And he's fine with that.
Yeah.
He just wants it done. 'Cause
I know a lot of times some people will take care of it themselves and not even turn it in, but it is in a district and
Yeah.
more people are using it than just that landowner, so.
Yeah, and he's, okay.
I'll get it looked at and just, today my focus is trying to get plans put in and then we'll get the other stuff looked at.
Yep.
And I'll follow up on your question too about
Okay.
mowing too, so.
Okay.
We do have dip signs, we just gotta find and get them put up also, so.
With speed,
What's that?
With
We'll
speed.
put some placards in. I know we ordered some new signs too, so.
I think that's the improvement.
Yeah. And then we'll figure out, I'll try to get out and survey something there. We're talking about that bump on Primrose, that little bridge there was paved here back in 2009, where the bump is. Try to smooth that out a little bit, or what it's gonna cost to move it, so.
Or it's also a lot cheaper to just have people actually slow down.
Well, right.
And deal with it, I mean.
It is,
That's
yep,
options.
right. So anyway, I'm following up a lot of little odds and ends yet too, so.
Any update on that bridge in Statesville?
Not anything different from last week, other than materials are gonna be in mid-October, and then I think I'll talk to the contractor a little bit on schedule and see if there's any way, we'll see what we can do to try to alleviate some of the inconvenience, but it'd be nice to get it done before things freeze up.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions for Rich?
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Item 9, home health, public health update.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you guys today?
Good.
We had a Board of Health meeting last week, so we thought we would come and give you guys an update. I'll let Jessa start with the public health update.
All right, so I'm just gonna go over a few things that we've been up to the last 6 weeks since we last met with you guys. So monkeypox still around. We don't have any here in Mitchell County, which is a good thing. They have broadened the horizon for more individuals to be able to get the vaccine, and not only those that are close contact to those individuals. So people, if we do get a case here, I will give the vaccine here. However, if people are interested in the vaccine and meet the requirements, they can go to Saragordo, or there's 12 other areas that you can get the vaccine. It's a 2-dose series. So PPE, we were able to get some PPE free from the state. I sent an email out to lots of different businesses, the councils, I think Rachel got it, nursing homes, hospital, and we had some requests that they wanted some, so we were able to get free PPE. We took advantage of it for home health too, just to get some gowns and some masks, but others were able to do that. There is still PPE around for free from the state if anyone still needs any, so which is a nice added bonus too. Blood pressure clinics, I've done 13 free blood pressure clinics in the last 6 weeks. 151 total blood pressures have been given to those in our area. I see a lot of people coming back for our other clinics too, just they've had higher off blood pressures. So I think it's a nice thing that we offer to individuals here. CPR classes, 42 individuals took a BLS or a Heart Saver course through myself. It is a high number for the last 6 weeks. I did have a class of 23 individuals, which was a big group. So it normally won't be that high. STI, so they are high in our area. Sexually transmitted illnesses. So working with the hospital too, we've seen quite a big increase with that. So working with the hospital just to communicate that out there, make sure you're getting tested, make sure you're taking precautions, and just giving education out there to individuals because we are seeing a pretty big increase here in Mitchell County. EPI update, so which is our reportable illnesses that I have to follow up on. There's several reportable illnesses that I follow up on, and the last 6 weeks we've had a cyclospora, 3 crypto, 3 E. coli, 1 salmonella, and 5 CAMPI cases, along with the 85 reported COVID cases that we've done follow-up calls with, and gone over questions just to hopefully find the source of this illness. So that has been completed this month. Immunizations, I've had like 40 families coming in to get vaccines, given 54 total vaccines to VFC individuals, which is individuals with no insurance, Medicaid, underinsured, those types of individuals. It's a program that we have through the state, along with private vaccines and TBs as well this month. Emergency preparedness, I did touch base on that last time just with our work grant and only be able to submit or get $13,000. I did put that work plan in and I requested around $19,000. That doesn't mean I'm gonna get it. I will watch that budget. Obviously won't go over it. I had several education and training resources in there. So it doesn't mean if we don't get more money allocated to us, I won't do those trainings and those types of things. But I was able to purchase more AEDs for training for CPR just because I didn't have enough for the classes that I give it to. So I attended a trauma and preparedness conference at the beginning of September, excellent training, lots of good collaboration as well too. COVID-19, talked about it briefly before the meeting started. There are the new bivalent vaccines available. You can get those 2 months after your last dose. So we are running side by side with our flu clinics. Don't need to get it. You can choose flu, COVID, but we have given about 250 of the bivalent vaccines just through our drive-thrus in the last week. That's as of Friday. So that's available. It's been a nice, smooth process. People are thankful that they have them. It's easy for them just to drive through and get it. And they like that we are in each area throughout the county instead of having to drive. Also been working with the nursing homes, assisted livings to make sure that they are getting their bivalent vaccine as well too. Flu shots, so we have started that. Since Friday, we've given right around 500 flu vaccines just in the last week, and counting. I did order 1,500 flu shots that came in on a couple weeks ago. And so we have 19 businesses scheduled for clinics. And then, as I said, we've already been last week to Riceville, Osage, St. Ansgar. We go back to them again, Riceville tonight, St. Ansgar next week, so we still are traveling a little bit and offering those drive-through clinics. I've added a few more clinics this year. A few more businesses have contacted me in just different ways to hopefully increase our numbers. Last time we spoke, I said our numbers are kind of low, so I'm looking for different avenues of how we can increase that. So offered a few more clinics, some walk-in clinics for those families 6 months to 18 years old, those types of things. So hopefully that helps as well too. And thank you to Jim for coordinating the trucks, Adam, Conservation and Roads. They were grateful for us to use your vehicle, so thank you, we appreciate it. And then also the trailer, it's been awesome, so thank you for adding the outlet in there. It's worked awesome for us too, so we definitely appreciate that. We were at the fair. We've seen quite a few people come through and see us. I think it was good to be there, handed out lots of information for them. And I think good collaboration with other individuals throughout the county too. IT grant, we still have about $25,000 left in our IT grant. We purchased quite a few things with it. We're looking at some other things to purchase. It has to be used by the end of this fiscal year, or not fiscal year, excuse me, December 31st, calendar year. So we'll be looking at purchasing some items for that. So just so you guys are aware of that, you'll see some things come in on that, but we do have a grant to reimburse us. Last thing I wanted to share was a new thing has come out for healthiest community rankings for 2022. So this is based on 3,000 counties on 89 different indicators. Some of it is public health related, environment, food, nutrition, schools, economy, housing, infrastructure, public safety, those types of things is what they evaluate us on. And I'm happy to say that Mitchell County was ranked 160th out of those 3,000 counties that were ranked in the United States. So we have 23 Iowa counties that are ahead of us, so 24th out of Iowa, which is a huge deal. It's awesome. So I'm going to send this to you guys just because it's nice to look at it and read what they look for, because a lot of it does have to do with economic development as well too, just looking at the housing, economy, those types of things, infrastructures. So I think it's important because you guys do make a lot of decisions on that as well too. So it kind of shows where we're ranked at. And then hopefully we see that ranking go up throughout the next several years, but 160th out of 3,000 is pretty awesome. So I will send this to you guys so you can read it and read what they actually rank us on and how it works and stuff too. But I think it's a good thing for our county as well. So that's just a basis of what's been going on. Do you guys have any questions for myself?
No, it's just good to hear what's happening.
Yes.
I
Yep.
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as our budget, we're sitting actually pretty good. This is just our report from the end of August. I didn't have all of the September ones yet, but at the end of August, we were at 16.99% of the year, and our expenses were 16.03, so we were just under. So we're doing pretty good on that. Our revenues are a little low. We're at 13.82. I'm not worried about it. We have grant money that's waiting to come in. We had bought that smart board. So we have about $14,000 that is supposed to be coming in from the state to pay for that. And then our flu income is going to be coming in. We have a lot of money coming in for that. So, and then when we give the COVID boosters, we get paid for the administration costs on that. And that's a big chunk too. So I'm not worried about it at all. We did have some donations come in from a family that their family member was on our services, and when he passed away, we had gotten some donations for that. We put that in our health improvement fund, and it helps pay for the health supplies that patients can't afford or their insurance don't pay for that they can't afford. So it's good to be able to use those donations for those kind of things. I'm currently I'm compiling information to put together our annual report. I believe last year I shared that with you. So when I get that done, I'll share that with you guys probably at the next one we come for. It just shows, how many visits we've done in home health, our costs and things like that. So I'm also putting together information to send to our accountant for our cost report. We have to send in our cost report to Medicare by the end of November. So I've been working on that. Hopefully I'll have that sent out this week. NIAC The nursing program contacted us to be able to send some nursing to students with some of our nurses. So we're able to do that. We have 4 coming. 2 of them came already, so we have 2 more coming to follow our nurses. I think it'll be good to show them some home health side of things, because not usually home health is part of that clinical rotation. So that was kind of nice to be able to show that. I did submit a Shop on State grant to help pay for a new baby scale. A lot of times we get referrals to do like weekly or monthly weight checks for babies. So I submitted a $2,000 application for a baby scale, and then oximeter and an otoscope, so things that they can use for home health visits. Some staffing updates. We have had some resignations. I did have a nurse resign. Luckily, we filled that position already. Nancy Schroeder just started full-time last Monday as a nurse. And then we had 2 aide resignations. They were PRN aides, so we just used them on the weekends and when we were on vacations. They're both going to nursing school, so we kind of knew that was going to be coming. So we do have a position open for a part-time aide, home health aide. I have a new policy. I did send it to Rachel. She probably hasn't seen it yet because I sent it right before we came. The board did approve the local board of health vetting of candidates for open board of health position. This came up at an administrator meeting at the last quarter. So I thought it was a great policy, and it just it quotes the Iowa code a lot of what is required for a board of health member, and the experience and education they need, and then the process of them submitting an application. We don't have any vacant positions. I know other counties have that issue. So we don't have any vacant ones, so it's not an issue right now for our county. But if it is an issue, we have a policy and a procedure of what to do. And I can send this to you guys if you guys are interested. I did send it to Rachel. So if you have any questions on that, just let me know.
I'd like to just read it, yeah.
Huh?
I'd like to just read it.
You want me to send? I'll
Yeah.
send you guys a copy.
Just to
Yep.
see
And
what-
then a really good vetting tool of, I'm going through candidates. I know it's usually not a position that people are standing in line for. So, but it's there if we need it.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Your policy on members being part of the board over there. The board has the ability to appoint somebody to that board.
Correct.
So I guess my thought is why would you need that policy?
Because it's well, per Iowa code on what the qualifications are to be on that board is
Yep.
kind of what it goes over.
Yep.
And then the procedure of, because it really should be the recommendation of the Board of Health on who you guys,
But the board of
appoint.
supervisors have the ability to appoint somebody
do.
to that position. That is how the board has control over each entity, such as Board of Health or Conservation. That is our only power. And I would think that it would be up to that 5-member board, if they would to appoint somebody, that they would have that knowledge as to what the requirements would be to replace that person. Whether it be Conservation, Board of Health, Hospital Board, I guess that's voted in on the Hospital Board, but the different boards that we are in charge of.
I mean, I would hope that you would follow the Iowa code on what is required,
Mhm.
what is
That
recommended.
would make sense.
Right.
As a policy for your board to have that we require somebody to apply for that position, I don't see that.
Well, people need to have, as far as qualifications to serve on boards also.
Correct,
shouldn't be
and
just
that's what I'm
something-
saying, that
It
would
shouldn't,
be,
excuse me, it shouldn't just be something that we just, I'll just say, choose a buddy to be on one of these autonomous boards. The people on those boards also need to have there should be an application process as far as a review, as far as if these people are knowledgeable enough to be on those boards.
Correct. But again, that would be up to this board to make sure that anybody who would be appointed to that board have that knowledge or ability.
Correct, but I feel that it should be on the Board of Health's recommendation, as it's not just, it's an important role to take. And that I feel like it should be something that we should be taking proper applications and it going through with recommendations. You're right, you guys are the final person to appoint. But this is just a procedure, it would be a responsible procedure to take.
Would be responsible.
Sorry to interrupt, but it's 9.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Actually, I'll give you this copy.
Okay,
It's in digital.
going back
Also, please.
to item 6. We've got public hearing to amend the FY 22-23 county budget. Going to open the public hearing at 9 a.m. Has there been any oral or written comments received?
I had none.
None. None? Nope. None? None? Okay. Any discussion on that then? No? So I guess we'll close the public hearing at 9:01. Now we need a motion and a second to approve resolution 1144-22. Whereas it is desired to make appropriations for the various departments as per the budget amendment at this time. Therefore, it be resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Mitchell County that these changes be made in appropriation. Expenditures, increase $10,000 to the auditor department and increase $400,000 to the conservation department. Revenues, increase $400,000 to the conservation department. So this 4th day of October, 2022, we need a motion and a second.
Move to approve 1144-22.
Jim's made a motion to approve resolution 1144-22. Do we have a second? Mark will second that. Any further other discussion on this?
Yeah, I just have a question for Rachel. So on the bottom, the explanation of changes, that's pretty much explained it. But I see the conservation, it's on the revenue and the expenditure side, both money coming in, money coming out. The election thing was a grant that you received for that?
Yep, so we accepted it in on the last day of June, so that's why it doesn't show on this
Okay.
budget.
All right, I wondered why it wasn't shown to
Yep.
be coming in, so.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
And so roll call, Mark?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Todd?
Aye.
Okay. Now, we go to item 7 after this then, correct?
You just did 7, so you can go back to,
Go back to 7? Or go back to them and go to
Yeah.
7 afterwards? Okay,
Correct.
okay, sorry. Okay, now we're back.
I just had a couple more other things. Last night we were invited to the Learning Connections in St. Ansgar and Osage. So we set up a booth there just to talk to the families about the services that we provide. So we were there last night and then we'll be in Osage next Monday. So it's a good opportunity to get out there and show our faces to the families and the community. Jessa and I went down to a local public health meeting in Cedar Rapids, September 13th. It was a great meeting. We brought back a lot of ideas. We talked a lot about the 10 public health essential services, collaborated with other counties on what they're doing and what we can bring back to Mitchell County. I do have to brag a little bit because they had with everybody there, they were giving examples of what counties were doing, and they showed 2 of our examples from Mitchell County. So little Mitchell County was shined upon for a couple things. So I think that's something to brag about with 99 other counties to compete against. So I thought that was really good. I think that's all I had. Our next Board of Health meeting is November 4th here in Osage at noon. We'll probably do we usually do every other month, but we'll probably do a December one with budgets usually being due in December. So Did you guys have any other, oh, no, I have home health numbers. Our census is a little low right now. We're sitting at about 78. We do have, I think we're 3 referrals on the board right now, so hopefully get back over that 80. We've had 9 new admissions since September 1st. So things are just sitting really low right now. With us being busy giving flu shots, it's probably okay. So you'll probably see our mileage numbers up right now with us running around giving flu shots, but and that's about it. So any questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay. Now, item 10, resolution to take action to set public hearing and proposal into a general fund loan agreement to borrow money thereunder in a principal amount not to exceed $400,000, and this is for the conservation for the wetland project. So we need a motion and a second to approve this.
I'll move to make that motion.
Todd made a motion.
The date and time to the public hearing.
What's that?
The public hearing would be at 8:45 on October 18th.
Okay. So we're gonna set a public hearing for October, what did you say,
18th
18
at 8:45.
at 8:45? Okay. So that's included in this motion, correct? So Todd has made a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, Jim, the second of that. Any further discussion on this?
Roll call, Jim,
Aye.
Steve,
Abstain?
Mike,
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Todd.
Aye.
Okay. Moving on, item 11. We have approved updated maintenance job description. I guess Todd and myself and Greg and Rachel sat down and looked this over. The changes are in red on here. So
My only question is, has that maintenance tech, has Dave looked at this also? And
he was
good at this?
He was in the group.
Okay, all right.
Yep. Yeah, he was okay with everything on here, I believe. That's the way we, still have the annex on there and some things that needed to come off. And the items in red are things that were added or changed to the previous job description.
Number 24, it says, and it's not a bad thing, it says check blocks incessantly. Yeah, it needs to do that. That's kind of anyway, yeah, I don't.
He just does that. He just,
Yeah, he
Told
brought
us.
it up because he said,
That's
we
something
checked
he
to
does.
make sure, like, keys work, but it doesn't state anywhere that he's checking to make sure that they're locked when you aren't putting the key card up there.
yeah.
And then he checks it.
That actually happened to us last week.
Yeah.
Our door was just opening
Yeah.
without a key or a card, and so,
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta figure it out.
Okay.
It's good to check.
Yeah, it's good to check.
It's good, I didn't mean not, it wasn't.
So
I'll make a motion to approve the maintenance job description.
Mark's made a motion to approve the maintenance job description. Do we have a second? Second. Steve has seconded. Is there any other discussion on this?
Roll call, Todd,
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Jim.
Aye.
Okay. Item 12, items of note, meetings attended.
I had an Osage City Council meeting last night, and talked about stuff, yeah.
I had nothing.
Oh, I had the substance abuse coalition board meeting and we talked about if sheriff could use any money and Red Ribbon Week is October 23rd to the 31st. It's for alcohol, tobacco prevention, things like that. And we talked about the ad that they're running at the theater to reflect that also. And I had the public health board meeting, but they pretty much discussed all that. And I had a conservation board meeting. They kind of went over the camping survey results, and they talked about the job description for the director. Because Adam is leaving, I guess. That's going to work for the state now, so I guess that's December 1st, correct?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Somewhere
We're
around
gonna
there.
get somebody hired for my spots.
Yep. And they talked about the Cedar River Water Trail, approving that project. I don't know.
Yeah, they approved a grant
Grant.
put in, so we put in for another 600 some thousand with the federal trails program. Don't know if we'll get it. It's kind of a long shot one, but we applied for it, so.
Other than that, that was the meetings I had.
Nothing.
I had nothing.
Okay.
Just want to follow up on one thing since you brought up Adam. I want to thank you for everything that you've done for the conservation department. I mean, we have an excellent conservation department and things don't happen just on their own. So I want to thank you since you're here at this meeting today.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, and thank all of you guys for your support and the previous boards of supervisors as well. It's been a great time for me here in Mitchell County, and I'd like to thank my board and staff, and just really appreciative of all the support we've had. And like I said, we're looking to fill the job, and I'm grateful. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on, manure management plan updates.
Fred Cashmeter, 3328 450th Street, Riceville. DCI site, 3250 Kirkwood Avenue, Osage. Flugie Farm, 3890 Indigo Avenue, Osage. Grundy 4 Finisher Farm, 4665 Addison Avenue, Riceville. Barsh Farms, I don't see the location. They're from Minnesota, so they do apply manure though every other year in Iowa, so that's why that's submitted. And Carl Horst, he's Double K Farming, this southeast of section 9, 117.
A bunch of them, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Item C is public comments. Anybody in the public have anything? I guess hearing none. Move on to adjourn in the meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Jim's made a motion to adjourn. We have a second. I guess I will second them. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.